Okay guys, can we please take a moment to talk about imperfections? Those sounds that have an edge and texture to it and doesn't sound that polished and clean. I did some research and found a really cool bitcrusher plugin. I haven't tried it before, but my first impression was, oh my god. It simply has a very unique character to it. And you can even get this one for free. It's called Codec by Lese, and this is not your typical bitcrusher plugin. It's using internet compression algorithms to degrade the sound, and it's pretty cool, to be honest. I'm actually so hyped to show you this plugin. Anyways, let's jump into FL Studio. I'm gonna show you what this plugin can do. Let's go. Okay, so we're in the FL Studio project. So I'm gonna use the Codec plugin on, I have this atmospheric pad, and it sounds like this. So let's go and put on the Codec plugin. So I'm gonna briefly talk about what's happening in this plugin, but if you wanna get more into it, go and read the manual. It's explaining stuff way better than I can do it. But basically this is degrading the sound, and you can reduce the bitrate. You can apply to how much loss of the signal that you're gonna apply. You have some different modes of this loss amount. Then you have your bandwidth. You can add a bit of crunch, which is volume input that just boosts those artifacts that this plugin is applying to the sound. And then of course you have a mix knob. Over here you have two different voicing modes that you can switch between, and it changes the sounds a little bit. But let's play the synth pad with this Codec plugin on. I haven't even touched any of the knobs in this plugin, but already it just adds texture, imperfect stuff. It's clipping a little bit, but it's just adding all that really texture-rich stuff to the sound. I think that's so amazing. So right now I'm just gonna try to twist some of the knobs in this plugin and see what we can come up with. So let's go. Reducing the bitrate. I actually like it around here. It just made it like more as coming out of a video game kind of vibe. This visualization thing here it's pretty cool. Then we can try to add a little bit of loss to it and try to play around with these different modes. As you can hear, it's really crushing the sound. I've just played around with this for like just 5 minutes, and I think like the combination of these two knobs here is what really affects the sound. Like it gives a really cool output. And you can also use the mix knob to dial back the effect. I think for this synth pad, I'm gonna crank up the knobs here a little bit, but then I'm gonna dial back the mix knob because I don't want this to be applied too much because it can go crazy. It's super cool, like that way it adds those small artifacts. Let's try to just bypass this plugin. So this is with the codec. This is without. This is with. Like super cool for noisescapes, soundscapes, atmospheric stuff. This is really cool. Okay, so I want to try to add the codec on some drums in this project. This is how it sounds without the codec. And there's also a bass line just for some groove. Okay, so now I have enabled the codec. I'm like speechless. This is really cool. It really just crushes the sound in a cool way. So I'm actually thinking about using this as an like insert effect that we can use for automation. So actually automating the mix knob. So just having like the dry sound of the drums, and then in some areas of the arrangement, we can enable the codec with the mix knob. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna create an automation clip. So this thing up here is my automation effect. So I can try to make something like this. So having the sound going from this. Like super cool. We can also use it for maybe like small like down hits here. So maybe have it like this. Like this is a really cool plugin. Like using that automation stuff, it's pretty cool. And it just opens up the opportunities of doing so much with this plugin. Guys, Codec is so powerful. You can do so much creative stuff with this plugin. I just love how it completely transforms the input signal with all of these cool algorithms that compresses and degrades the sound. You know, adding those random and imperfect artifacts, it's simply out of this world. It's super cool. I definitely have to play around with this plugin more in the future. Anyways, if you reached this far in the video, it means that you're one of the 20% that actually watches my videos this far. Thank you so much, mate. It means everything to me. Thank you. If you want to check out another sound design video, you can go and click on the video up here. Okay, mate, go and get this really cool plugin and create some sick sounds with it. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.